Now, I am sad to have to inform you that on advice from the Acting Chief Health Officer, the Moorabool local government area will need to go into a 7-day lockdown from 11:59 p.m. This evening. We regret that that is the only option given the number of cases in that local government area. We will stand with that community with additional testing capacity, with additional supports for anybody who needs them. Just like Ballarat, just like Shepparton, just like so many other communities, Latrobe Valley at the moment, these lockdowns have been effective in first bringing stability to case numbers and then driving those case numbers down. But on advice, and a very careful analysis has been done of the number of cases in that local government area, it is unavoidable that a lockdown must be applied to that community. The same rules will apply in Moorabool as they do in Melbourne, minus, of course, the curfew. That is not a feature of that regional lockdown. On the, fourthly or fifthly now, over the next few days, certainly into next week, we'll have more to say about the status of the New South Wales Victorian border. We think that we will be able to relax many of the restrictions, many of the requirements that people returning from New South Wales have had to deal with. They were there for the best of reasons, but circumstances have changed. And we want to make it as easy as possible, but safe, for people to return back to their home, whether that be in regional Victoria or in metropolitan Melbourne. Arguably, there is more protecting to be done in regional Victoria because the case numbers are much lower and we want to keep them much lower. But we'll have more to say about that in the coming days. People will still need to be double dose vaccinated. People will still need to have a negative test. Where it may change, and I'm foreshadowing that it most likely will change, is the duration that people will have to be in ISO at home. We may be able to reduce that. That work is not quite finalised, but as I've said to you hundreds of times now, if we're working on it, then I'm always keen to make sure that you know about that. So we'll have more to say about that quite soon. Finally, from me, there has been an enormous amount of work done to have our construction sector reopen. I just want to begin by thanking those in the union movement, those employer associations, large employers who've directly engaged with us. I want to thank both Jacinta Allen and Tim Pallas, as well as other ministers. I know Lisa Neville has been involved as well in terms of compliance. There have been many other colleagues that have been part of this, and I'm deeply grateful to them for the enormous amount of work that has gone on to engage with this sector, to make this sector safe. It wasn't shut down for any other reason than it was unsafe if it stayed open. And we can't have hundreds and hundreds of cases just spiralling, because it means ultimately, whether it's 5% or 7.5% or 10%, whatever the number is, more cases mean more people in hospital. And that's really challenging.